Hello everybody and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I haven't posted a video in a very long time and I don't know, I just had this random idea to post a video, so here we are. But today I'm going to show you how I edit my photos in Adobe Lightroom. I do want to go ahead and give a disclaimer and say that I'm not a professional photographer or a professional photo editor, or a photo editor. And this is just amateur stuff that I know how to do. And I like the turnout of it, and maybe you will too. So that is what we're gonna do today, and I'm gonna show you how I edit my photos on Lightroom. Alright, let's get into editing these photos. Because this one's already cropped, I'm gonna just go ahead and zoom in on her and go through the exposure, bring it down a bit, take up the contrast, the highlights, the shadows, the whites, the blacks. And this is a really warm photo, and I kind of want to turn it more into the cool photo. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop the temperature a little bit, just so it's not so yellowish. And then the tint, I'm not going to mess with either. I'm just going to keep it at 0. And then this, I will turn up a little bit, just to give a little more light and color to the photo. Here, whenever I go into the effects, I zoom all the way out just to see what I can work with. And typically what I will do is I will bring in like a dark vigilant thingy, but not so much, just like enough so it like really pops her out, and that's what's doing in this case. And then I will zoom right back into her and sort of mess around with the texture and clarity to just see what kind of photo we can create. And there's no point adding a grain, and I will add like little bits of sharpenings. And there is a lens blur on this photo, which you can turn off. This is what it would look like without it, but I sort of like the blur as it sort of leads you into the model. Alright, so the next photo we have is a more nature type photo with a leafy background. So every photo you edit is going to be different, so I'm not going to do everything that I just did in this photo. I'm going to change up the settings a bit just to make sure the background works with her face. That's typically what you want to do with the nature photo. And then with like a photo like this, where it's more citywide, you want to really focus on color. You don't really want, you don't want it to be so dark and so like saturated, because it doesn't really work that well, you can tell. But you don't want it to be so bright and because there's so much light already coming through from the skylines, from just this back part right here. You really want to work on it. And then these photos, I typically just like making sure my model really pops out. If it's a walking photo, I don't really care much about whether the background looks good or not. It's really about the model. So what I'm going to do now is just go ahead and edit a few of these photos, and if I need to explain something, I'll explain something. If not, I'll be right back. It's not in your head, I'm not letting go of it. I don't regret losing control. So coming back to the first photo we edited, once you're done editing, sometimes I will go ahead and press the auto button just to see what it'll change from what I already have done. And in this case, it sort of lit her up a bit, and I really like it because now it looks like there's a light shining off there. So a lot of what you do is very much just playing around with it and seeing what looks good, because you're not going to know what looks good right away, and sometimes if you like the end result of something but then later on you're like, oh, that actually doesn't look like that, I have a better idea. It really happens, and that happens to me a lot too, is when I finish a photo I like and then I look back and I'm like, wait, I could actually change a few things. It helps just playing around with it to make sure it looks good. And sometimes your model might not like the end result either, and so it's really nice to go through and edit it. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to export these photos. So if you go ahead and click on one photo you want and then go ahead and press command, you can go ahead and click on the other photos you want. If you want all the photos, what I typically will do is click on the first one, hold shift, and then click on the last one, and you'll select all the photos. So up on the top here, you're gonna go to File, Export, and then make sure it has all the photos you want. If you wanted to have a watermark, go ahead and add a watermark because why not? But these are not gonna have watermarks because whatever. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and create a new folder that says YouTube vid edit, and then create and export. And there will be a sign right here showing all the photos exported. Wow, thank you guys so much for watching this YouTube video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit those post notification bells so you can be notified every 4 years I upload a brand new video. If you want to follow me on any of my social medias, they will be right across here. Thank you, and I hope this video kind of helps anybody. I'm not really that good at tutorials. I don't know why I decided to make a tutorial video. It's like the first video coming back to YouTube or whatever. But yeah, peace.